this crazy storm out here in the Kansas plains. It's drizzling and I've never seen anything like this level of freaking lightning per second. There's thousands of strikes a minute going off here. And it's gotta all be heat lightning because it sure isn't making any sound. Wow, look at that. Out here, the Kansas plains. These trains really move pretty fast through here, I'm impressed. It's not like that other crappy line I was on. This is a line where the trains actually have a destination. Very interesting weather here. We actually had a rainstorm last night. You can see it's still wet. I'm wearing a freaking t-shirt and then you got morning fog. It's like middle of the summer style weather. Stobe the Hobo, still going through Kansas. This is day 4 of the trip. It's pretty ridiculous. So I'm about to get into Harrington, and at that point there's a fork in Harrington, and I can get a train south straight down into Fort Worth from there. So I'll update again when I get into Harrington, which was on the Denver, Salina, El Paso episode. I went the opposite direction on that episode, straight that way, all the way to El Paso. Here we are back in Harrington, 22 months after the last time I was here. Basically the plan is to just go get some more supplies and some beer, and then switch to a train going this way. You can see I got a track going straight south. I just came in from there. The days of me having the kind of time that I've needed on this trip so far are numbered. I left Saturday night. It's now Wednesday. And I'm still a long way from Fort Worth. That's ridiculous. It's a one-day drive. So hopefully the pace is going to pick up and I can be down there tomorrow. I am considering getting off in Wichita and checking that out. I've never been there before. Other than that, it should be about 450 miles south to Fort Worth from here. Should be about a day's ride. Definitely not a lot going on in this town right now. It's probably just barely big enough to where I don't stand out as being a stranger in this. What's going on? Stobe the Hobo. Actually right in front of the yard office. You got this train. I don't think this is the right train, but I think there's another one about to show up. Get out of here. I think that's the train I'm talking about. Or is it that train? And I'm actually just SOL. This guy here, he's making the right back where I came from. And then the guy behind him is going too fast and he's blocked by this guy. So I'm gonna have to go hang out way further back up in the yard. Oh, it just can't get worse, but it keeps getting worse. 4 days out here, I barely even budged from where I started. I'm still here in Harrington, and the absence of decent luck continues. I don't know if you guys saw the other episode, Denver, Salina, El Paso, but in that episode, I waited an entire freaking day for one of these trains, and now I'm here and they're coming through all the time, these stacks. Now what does that mean? What does that mean, Jim? What that means is those are not going the right direction. The last time I was here, I was trying to get to El Paso. Now that I'm not trying to get to El Paso, all these El Paso double stacks are here. And now that I'm trying to go south, nothing. So that's the reality of this. This is not some glorious thing. If it was so glorious, these filthy bushes over here, they would be full of hobos reveling in glory. They're devoid of anybody except me, because I'm the one guy who somehow is nutty enough to be hanging out here. Right now we just got non-stop trains going the wrong way at that fork. All of these stacks out of Harrington. These are making the right turn up there. So for all the people who think their life sucks watching this right now, I'm just saying, I've been traveling from Denver for like 4.5 days. I haven't taken a shower. I haven't talked or had like a conversation with anybody, nothing. I'm going bananas out here. And what do you got? Another train going the different direction at the fork. This is the 4th intermodal train in 2 hours. But nobody made me do this. I'm here on my own volition. I've still got enough beer. I would just have to say, the average person I think would have wimped out on this trip quite a while ago. So I left from Denver. I mean, what is this, a 4-hour drive from Denver? This is really the kind of boredom that I think only maybe military personnel could understand. Anybody who's ever stood on watch over something for hours and hours and hours and not seen anything at all interesting during the whole time. Up here at this graveyard, definitely more souls in the ground up here than in the town down there. These souls, day after day, watch placidly over the train tracks, and I can relate. You can see this is a pretty mega size graveyard. It's got to be several thousand graves in here. Surprisingly green out here. It's almost November, and I mean the general vibe is not that grim. It almost feels like spring. Still got a lot of leaves on a lot of trees. Not surprised what happened to them. It's definitely one of the more convenient spots if you're gonna get run over by the train. It could just unstick you from the tracks and put you right into the grave here. Graveyard offers a way to get clean. Here, this nice spigot. It's really milky looking water, but I gotta do something. It's been 5 days. I am so disgusting. Basically, I smell like an open grave. What we've got going on here, this train has been getting put together in the yard, and as you can see, we got engines on it. They just put them on. That can sit here a long time still. And I saw one here yesterday, parked for a very long time. And I'd really like to go get some beer. Pretty sure this is my train. It's got loaded wood. Most wood comes from the Pacific Northwest. It just wouldn't make sense if this was going southwest from here. So that means it's going south to Wichita at least. You just sit around here until it leaves. It's definitely gonna leave. It's got engines, or I could go get beer. And I don't think I got any option. I think I'm gonna go get beer, and I'm hoping it'll be here. It's about an hour trip total to go get beer and come back. Let's try it. There he is. Still parked up there. No time to waste here. Taking a look at the real estate listings here. Look at this. You got all kinds of homes for super cheap. 15,000. Look at this big one here. 60,000. I may not dig this place that much, but I mean 15 G's and you own your own house? Something to consider. It's really not that bad a place. Biggest problem is just that everything's boarded up, and obviously no young people here anymore. Train is still here. I've got a 12-pack of ice cold beer and some fried chicken. I really can't afford this stuff every day, but I just, for morale. Finally in the yard. I just gotta cut over to that track that train's on and hope that nobody drives up here in some big rush. We are out of here, I hope. Heading south to Wichita. On the cargo train, you got rivers. See that? I think we're pulling into Wichita. I'm drinking this New Belgium IPA, and it's like, it's making this trip just a solid trip. This has got to be Wichita. There's all kinds of like industrial centers and factories and stuff going on here. When you've been drinking a lot of beer, it's hard to tell. Well, I shouldn't just say when you've been drinking a lot of beer, but at any point when you've never been to a place before, it's hard to tell if you should get off the train or not. I mean, we're obviously close to Wichita. I'd like to just get an idea of what the city's about. Is this the place to get off? I don't know. I don't know where this is. This is Wichita. I can't tell if there's any other parts of the town besides these monster, you know, agricultural plants. I don't know exactly which one this is. We got this nice park here, the Arkansas. This is the same river that was going through La Junta. Overall, I'm exasperated, I'm fried, I'm ready to just get somewhere where I can get into bed and not be on a train or sleeping in my sleeping bag anymore. And that's not gonna happen tonight or tomorrow night. So this is Wichita, Kansas. It's kind of an odd place. It's a decent sized city and it's just really in a random place in South Kansas. I've actually got enough beer. So the update now is I'm trying to find a place to get some pizza. And I'm not finding it yet, but I'll figure it out. I don't think I'm gonna be here that long. I think the basic goal, I'm gonna just go back to my pack and try to get the next train, but this is Wichita. If you've ever wanted to come here, see what it looks like. I gotta be just straightforward. I just don't got it. I don't got the energy anymore for this. This is too much time sleeping rough. I gotta get a motel or something, and I can't get one here. This building's kind of cool here. You know, I've got enough money, but nothing's open. So I got this dumpster and it's looking grim. I'm so freaking hungry and it's nothing doing. This is the pizza place. You got this millennial scene here in the old town, and then over here you got this elevated train bridge, which I'm sure I'm going to be leaving on. Positive note for whatever band this is, they're pulling off this song way better than the original. Definitely not the worst place ever to get off the train. I mean, you got this guy playing accordion. It's kind of quaint. You got this place here. It looks like it would be interesting, maybe. Stobe the Hobo out of Wichita. Not a bad stop. Better too short than too long. Still got cold beer from that 12-pack. There's a ton of these old silos here in this town. I jumped on this car moving last night in the dark, and it's the only ride anyway, but I mean, look at this. This is the most gross car I've been on. It's totally covered with this salt. It's not salt, but I don't know what it is. Kind of cloudy here at least. As you can see here, Chickasha, there's Oklahoma City. Very good chance of making it to Fort Worth before dark, I'm hoping. Starting to just kind of reach the point of exhaustion. That said, I'm kind of so getting used to this now, I just don't even really care. Look at this. This is awful to be riding it. It's completely cut. Look how filthy my hand is, my face, everything. I don't know what it is. finally stopped. This is infinitely better. Look at all this room. Just exercise, hang out, tons of space, nobody can see it in here. Look, far bigger and important than that crater out here in Oklahoma. At some point. I've never been here before. There's definitely a lot of different tracks coming in and out. I think that's BNSF there. Further up there's tons of junctions. Here, I don't know if this one is important or just a tertiary yard. Sure looks like we're here. Not bad so far. You got a nice river going on. You got plenty of leafy nature, which I like. You got decent buildings. I'm getting a cheap Motel 6 a little bit ways from town here, but it's next to the tracks. And as far as the rest goes, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and do some more exploring. This is so overdue. I've never felt filthier in my life. Junction going on. We got trains coming in from different angles and going in, I think, 4 different directions. We got north, BNSF, and UP, and now he's cutting off to the west. I'm not totally sure all the directions. And it'd be a really cool place to watch trains, and you can do it from the comfort of your car in this awful freaking traffic here. Look at all those different directions with those signal masts down there. You got at least 4 directions out of here. And I don't know how many of the trains go fast or slow. That one's obviously going slow. I don't know if I'm gonna leave out of here or not yet. There's a lot of trains and a lot of tracks here. And I've only started to figure it out. Not getting on this thing. BNSF coal empty. Booking it through here. Got this old castle. That's kind of cool. If you got dirty feet, you got this nice foot bath here. I already cleaned up at the motel, or I would definitely take advantage. And then you got this, looks like some kind of jacuzzi pool or kiddie pool. So this is Fort Worth. And, you know, I'm usually, a lot of times I complain about the places I come through, but I gotta say this zone here is very pleasant. Huge green area. It's got bike paths and the Trinity River. You can just come and drink beer and hang out here. It's awesome. I didn't realize that in Texas they value nature as much as this. But don't throw pearls before swine. And don't throw cold beer before jackasses. So that was Fort Worth. Now taking the quick commuter train over to Dallas to see what's going on over there. I've actually got a fan of the show who contacted me. I'm going to go hang with him now. Kind of excited about that. And I'm here with Mark. How's it going? That's Mark. He's a fan of Stobe the Hobo who contacted through YouTube. So we're going to go check out the town.